Space, the final frontier. These are the episodes of the web series Engage. It's 7, your mission, to watch and discuss Star Trek, to seek out insightful commentary and crass humor, to boldly go where many reviewers have gone before.
And since I am finished here, sir, may I point out that...
Shut up, Wesley.
I don't think this is my style. Shut up, kid.
I know this may finish me as an acting ensign, but...
Shut up, Wesley.
All right, so my stupid ass. I forgot to add the new intro. I forgot the one with Dermy's head. God damn it. I thought I already did that. Oh, this is just the perfect way to start this. We'll just,
I wish
ladies and gentlemen, the return of the tyranny hooker.
Yeah, the tyranny hooker.
Ponytails that they gave you, Kenzo.
He's the one who sent the picture.
they weren't photoshopped.
Oh, that wasn't photoshopped.
Yeah, I asked him for some pictures, and he sent me them with the little pigtails, and I was all, or whatever they're called. I was all, okay. And so
I think that was a photo from when me and my wife's boyfriend Gary went to Wales.
Jesus Christ.
This happened in Wales. Yes, they do.
Shout out to Gary.
Welcome everybody to this dumpster fire that we call Star Trek Engage, and my second in command, who has been so awesome to be in control over the last 3 weeks. That would be Mr. and of course my hetero life partner. I can't forget that, Mr. Samuel the Infamous.
Oh.
What's up, folks? Greetings, salutations. Welcome to another shit show on the internet.
Oh my God.
We've had a bit of a ball running around without a captain, without a leader. You know,
We had immunity. For sure,
it was a good time.
I would not be so nice to Samuel right now. He wanted that seat. He really did.
I did, and you were off getting your like space herpes salved or whatever. But
what the fuck?
I lost a clone over that incident.
Yeah, he did.
He's been a space herpes, really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you spend 3 weeks on Ryza, you're gonna get space herpes. It's in the air.
Well, speaking of space herpes, Adam the Redshirt.
No. God damn it. You kiss one alien and, everybody says you're the one that spread the space herpes on the Enterprise. I mean,
you're supposed to kiss him on the mouth, not on the ass.
Do I look like Dermy?
First mention.
You walked me. Well, hey, he walked me into that one. Okay, he walked me right into that one. Had to happen. Hello, everybody. I am your resident Redshirt. I don't die in this episode. That's good. But I'm doing okay. Doing all right. Life moves on. Strike is over. Everything still sucks. So
yeah, it's a great point. Speaking of everything sucks, Devil made me do it. How's it going, man?
Oh yeah. Yeah, everything's going great. Check out Get Ranked after this, and check out our new show, me and Kenzo's show on Friday morning.
Do you see why I let in with everything sucks? It's just.
What is your show on Fridays about?
Beelzepub, sorry. It's just gonna be us having conversations, like guys hanging out at the pub. We're gonna, have a couple questions to keep the conversation going, but otherwise it's just gonna be fluid and whatever we get to talking about.
There'll be fluids, all right.
Oh Jesus!
Oh, there's no dummies. It's It's just a couple of.
He'll show up. He's going to show up at one point.
A couple of regular
guys,
regular American guys, and Aussie and a Brit.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Dermy, his official lawyer, Anna.
Wait, I thought you were gonna go like to Adam and then to...
Guest come last.
Oh, because he's
the guest is always last.
Oh, sorry. So I am the comm specialist. I'm trying my best. I'm like on 3 channels trying to communicate with everybody in the chat, but I am the comm specialist. I'm really looking forward to this episode. I think it's got a lot of philosophical meaning and a lot of stuff to discuss, really, and great acting from Spock. Like some of just like his facial features and the way he reacts to some of the things Kirk does is brilliant. I loved it.
It's also got possibly the shortest skirt in Star Trek history.
Yeah.
Yes, very short skirt.
I don't think her skirt was extra short. I think she just liked hiking it up. But yeah.
I think all of their, because the last episode that we watched, Yeoman had you guys were commenting on it the whole time. She had it's not a skirt, it's a play suit.
Man, well, it was hiding nothing.
It's a play suit. Like it has like a lot of girls. I mean, you don't walk around the street wearing that.
That's what I would call it too.
Suit? Is that what they play in? I don't understand.
No, it's called a play suit.
It's kind of shorts and a. No, I'm not.
Well, I mean, I don't wear them, so I guess
I don't wear those.
She wore a blue uniform, and we saw her blue undies.
Yeah.
It's not underwear. She's wearing underwear under the shorts.
Yeah, and we saw her blue undies under her shirt.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see any undies. I wasn't paying
I was
next week. Next week, Anna will show us cosplay.
Yeah. Well, speaking of blue undies, welcome to our guest, Kenzo UK.
Howdy, good to be here.
What's up,
man? This is I'm glad to be here to review this show because it is one of my favorite of the Star Trek shows. I'm probably a next gen fan the most, then probably DS9, then this. And are you guys reviewing all of them, or are you kind of starting here?
Yeah, we'll be here for years.
Okay. Well, can I come back on when you do Enterprise just so I can sing the theme tune with
probably.
you guys on?
Oh, I'll be in the grave by then.
Yeah.
Yeah. He'll run out of clones, but we'll definitely have you back on for,
that'd be cool.
for more Star Trek to come.
Because the Enterprise theme tune is like, it's a song that I hold really dear to my heart. It's you guys all love it too, I guess.
Yeah,
No.
I like it. Rod Stewart's awesome. I mean, except for the whole blowing entire parties of people, but otherwise, it's great.
Jesus, mother of God.
It's been a long time.
Getting from there to here.
Speaking of devil blowing entire parties, let's say hi to the chat. As she did say, she is our comm specialist. So she said, Anna was the first one to comment, says, hail all, running a little late, captains to blame. Yes, it's always the captain's fault. That is very true. Kenzo says, good evening, everyone. Good evening. Jesus, where the fuck are you at? No, I'm just kidding. He's in the UK. Of course, what is up with the Clue? He says, yo, Trekheads. What's up, buddy? And of course, Samuel's saying hail in all the chats because we are live we are streaming to 3 separate YouTube channels, to a Twitch, and to 2 Twitter pages. So I'm trying to get that Twitter monetization as well. Caucasian Sasquatch says you need a diversity hire. But we have one. She's a woman.
And we have Black Danny DeVito. We have Ablation here.
What the fuck is Ablation?
Black Asian.
Asian.
We have Ablation here.
Jesus Christ.
He's Black Danny DeVito, but at the same time, he's a gay helmsman.
I thought you were Blaxican.
No.
Well,
I just
there's
look
no matter what, there's racism. So,
speaking of racism, what's up? Pale Rider says, "What happens in Wales stays in Wales." What happened in Wales? Oh God, no, don't, please don't. Not with the space whale. I can't right now.
They look like giant sperm going down the.
They do. Speaking of
Ahsoka.
Speaking of giant sperm,
broke back Brecon Beacons.
Hell Rider says comm specialist, code for. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Yeah, I'm the plant.
Oh wow. Hell Rider says Stargate is greater than Star Trek. Don't get Samuel started.
I mean, he ain't wrong.
Just get out. Just get out. We're fucking fighting. Just kidding.
Look, I love Star Trek. Star Trek is fantastic. It's one of the greatest things ever in the history of television up to a certain point, about 2005. After that, not so much. But yeah, I'm a Stargate fan first. I've made no secret of that.
No, I know. I do love Stargate. The original movie I thought was awesome. I was just so very young when it came out, but I was very awestruck by it because I was like 10.
Dude, I was 12 and I saw it 4 times in the theater. I couldn't get enough of that shit.
Didn't see it in theater, but it was one of those things we used to do, like, you know, back when families did like movie nights and they'd go to Blockbuster or some shit and like, you know, rent stuff. Yeah, we that was a rental that my dad and I picked out. So oh wow, not Caucasian Sasquatch. Oh, specimen. You're one of those people. Say it ain't so. What do you mean one of those people? What the fuck does that mean?
For context, for those who do not know, Caucasian Sasquatch does not refer to Ryan by his name. He refers to him only as specimen or my love.
I've never heard him say my love. No, it's always specimen. Don't muddy the water, bitch.
That's because it Cosby's you before he says it.
Jesus. Yeah. So this episode, speaking of short skirts, definitely had its fair share. I will admit that much. So what do you say we get started, huh? All right.
Now, for some reason, this episode is not one of the remastered.
Yes, it's not.
My copy was, but
my high C sailing is not. No, I am not the little spoon. It's 6'4". I'm not the little fucking spoon. Bastard. Oh shit! Oh, that's nasty.
Don't you like how the containers holding the pills look like big versions of actual containers?
It's a little on the nose, isn't it?
Giant pill bottles.
I think beaming drugs is a good idea.
Kenzo's all working on something just like that.
We're like Delroy, energize.
Wait, the episodes are actually not like the way they're presented on Paramount, or not in the order they were filmed in, right?
No, they're
No.
no, they're not.
They weren't.
Yeah, go ahead, Samuel. You can explain
They
it.
weren't originally aired in the order they were filmed either.
Right.
You know, like the episode with the salt vampire, right? The basically the first Kirk episode, which was the official quote unquote pilot, you know, after they scrapped the whole Pike thing, was filmed like 5th or 6th.
Right, because I keep looking at his belly, and it keeps.
Here we go again.
Episode to episode, like shrinking, getting bigger, shrinking, and then like next episode and the episode out, he looks really fit, and then he looks fat again.
Maybe he has a water retention issue or something, and like the different gravity, different planets.
Yeah, I love how Anna's just like already shaming men. Like that's great.
No,
Thank you for that.
This is not the first time it's come up about Kirk's belly.
It's like the third time.
Oh, I know. I'm. That's what I'm saying. Like I know it's a recurring thing. You know, of course. So Anna continued the shame.
I'm just pointing out that it changes.
Anna's the one sexualizing all of this.
Yeah.
We're here just for bathrobes and martinis.
In some cultures, a big belly is sought out after. You know, there's an Ethiopian tribe where that is the dad bod is what people want.
We're gonna have to have Anna tell us each time when the episode starts, will or will she not smash the Kirk?
That's a good point. I mean, that'd be a great system rating for the show. It's like smash.
He looks extremely fit, and there's even like episodes where like Bones is making him work out, and he's like half naked, and he looks awesome, and then he's walking around like, "What have you been eating?"
He was his fittest during Tumble Tuesdays.
Kirk does the smashing.
He actually Bones puts him on a diet later on in the series, so I'm not the only one noticing it. Like I wish Alf was here to.
So
back me up.
you saying Bones wants to smash the captain too?
Where'd she go? She disappeared.
Oh, shit. Oh, it's already off the rails. What rails?
Yeah.
All right, I turned it up because this episode is a bit quieter.
Well, Mr. Berkeley, you might refamiliarize yourself with the manual on penal colony procedures.
Immediately, sir.
I think you can take the time to lock this up first.
I'll get a vault assignment.
Now, I have to say this before we show this dude, this fucking guy's face, man. He comes out sweaty and just
shine.
In his defense, he's been mind fucked for days.
Okay, I mean it's a good point, but it's still he comes out with this look, the way he looks, the look on his face, like he's been sitting in the freaking bushes for the last 24 hours, beating off to his neighbors. Like,
you got to hold.
You think he tried to finish? You think he tried to finish before the beam took him?
Here he comes.
You see, now I hadn't seen this episode before. This is one of those ones that I had never seen before, and my first thought is, where do you think you're going, buddy? It's a starship with no shuttle bays. Where are you going to go on this? And but you know, thankfully the story does play out that this dude he's seen some shit. He's seen some shit.
Okay, I love how on the side of the box it says like what files or something, right?
Classified material, do not open.
Obviously, they have not invented thumb drives yet. They gotta send a huge ass box of classified.
We've still seen
actually
like pads and paper in this. So
yeah, I was online last night and I saw somebody was talking about this. It was just like, so explain how in Enterprise they've got digital technology, but everything's analog in the TOS, but then it's back to digital in TNG. I mean, short answer is because that it was the 60s when they made this, and that's what they thought the future would look like at the time. But
no, then they're the retards who will try and do what they do in Disney Star Wars stuff. Like, oh, well, you see in the canon, they don't know. Just shut up and just say 1960s, 1980s, and just leave it. Don't try and fix it in canon. Just say filmed in different periods.
Can somebody teach me how do you slap somebody on the back of their neck and make them pass out?
I've done that to somebody. No, dude. Dude, I've done the judo chop when I was a kid. I walked up behind one of my friends and I did the base of the neck chop, and man, he folded like a lawn chair. He just boom dropped, and he wasn't unconscious, but it was like somebody said, "Dude, you could have killed him." I'm like, really? I just wanted to see if it would work.
Wow, Adam, I didn't know that about you. That's kind of disturbing.
Violent fucker, Jesus!
I am a violent fucker. You have no idea.
Kill mice when you were young?
No, just small children from the neighborhood.
There's some dude walking around with like spinal issues, like maybe has one of those like vests that hold him straight up with the helmet, and it's all because of you, huh?
Well, life just to see if something would work.
Dude, the assholes I hung out with, the kid, they all fucking deserved it. So.
I always pictured you as the kid that got bullied.
I was the kid that got bullied.
Okay,
y'all heard it here. You did. You heard it here. Adam the Redshirt believes that kids deserve to be crippled.
Yeah, he hit me when I asked him.
What is the actual like? Because all he does is he like slaps him.
No, he chops him.
Judo chop.
Yeah, it's a judo chop. It's it doesn't actually.
Out.
Yeah,
Right.
it's something that gets made fun of over the years because it's so gay.
James Bond does it a lot too.
Yeah. I mean, it's still gay.
Well, sometimes he uses a pistol, so that's a little better.
I mean, that would make more sense, but no, this is Star Trek didn't do itself any favors around here. What's up, Devil?
Walk up to your husband or fiance and just try it on him. Just whack. See what happens.
I don't even know why you just said that, Devil.
That's exactly why. It's exactly why he did it.
I want to have her come back and say, "Yeah, he kicked me out."
Are you trying to break up a
That would
marriage?
make you happy.
Wow.
Devil's bored. He just wants to stir shit up.
Yeah, that's it.
Jesus.
There are a few interesting little throwbacks to classical education in this too. Starting with the name of the planet Tantalus.
Kind of riffing off Tartarus, is it?
No, it isn't.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Are you familiar with the story of Tantalus?
I should be.
Basically, an arrogant king claimed he was better than the gods, and he invited them to a feast to prove it. And he also had a bunch of ungrateful children he really hated. And long story short, he feeds his kids to the gods. And then when they find out, they punish him by putting him on an island in the afterlife where he cannot eat or drink. Every time he gets close to the water, it goes away. Every time he reaches for the fruit from the tree, it recedes from him. And he's starving and thirsty. So the kind of hubris of that character, I think, really comes into play with our main antagonist in this episode. I think really mirrors that very well, nicely. And his assistant has another Greek underworld reference with her name, Lethe, which is one of the 5 rivers of Hades, specifically the one that if you touch it or drink from it, you will forget everything.
Jesus.
Clever.
It's also where we get the word lethal from.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. Hey, you learn something new every day when it comes to Samuel's knowledge.
They should be teaching this shit in schools, man.
Yeah, I know they should. It's not a joke. They really should.
Following his theory, cage is a cage, Jim. You're behind the times, Bones. They're more like resort colonies now.
Message, Captain. Switching to speaker.
Tantalus colony to Enterprise. We are unable to locate one of our inmates. This is a potentially violent case.
Yeah, as he's basically ransacking the guy's clothes.
Does it mean there's a naked man on the floor?
Yeah, there's a naked man on the floor.
Well, it's a good thing evil half Kirk isn't running around because he'd take advantage of that.
Hey! They turn regular Kirk into a sex fiend in this one.
I know, dude. Guy was I mean, let's be honest though. She's pretty hot.
This is like she actually reminds me of a young Gina Davis.
A little bit, yeah.
I can see that a little bit, yeah.
I'll have to
With
look
the
again.
cheekbones and the buck teeth, yeah. What? Gina Davis has buck teeth.
I wasn't looking at her teeth.
Well, she bucks a little bit elsewhere too.
Oh God. The fuck?
Unable to locate one of our inmates. This is a potentially violent case.
Enterprise acknowledging. Stand by. Security alert 3.
Security alert. Condition 3. All sections go to alert condition 3. We may have an intruder aboard. All sections to alert condition 3.
Yeah, look for the disheveled, sweaty guy.
The guy who looks like he's having a psychotic break.
I know, right? That's what I'm fucking saying. Like, he's running around and everybody's like running past him, and then one fucking random guy is like, "Hey, you from engineering."
Hey, you with the not regulation haircut.
Hey, you who looks like you've been beaten off in the bushes. Get over here.
Section C, deck 14.
I'm pretty sure he was a red shirt in the last episode.
Well, he graduated.
Okay, I'm a red
Probably.
shirt too. So
Yeah, it's not the same though, because you're a woman, so you're more of a red skirt.
okay, yes, but I'm a red dress. She's wearing a plate
Yeah.
suit dress, but still red.
Yeah, but it's not the same as, like, you know, speaking of the red shirt,
It's
the
not-
goddess
you're
says
not
that
Ensign Billy.
he says, "Hey, that is Adam Redshirt running around. Go get him."
Right.
Put him out
The guy who called out, "Hey, you from engineering," like I'm pretty sure that same actor was one of the security in the last episode in Mary.
That effed off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the one that disappeared.
Well, you want to get out of that red shirt as quick as
What?
possible.
Then we just got the answer. He was promoted to not red shirt, so he didn't have to be there anymore.
Done such a good job, you won't
I'm
die.
really confused about the color of their uniforms, because I looked at a couple of years ago and there's no real like lore answer to why they wear different colors. Like, it's not like
there is some, but it's not. Yeah, you're right. It's not as well mapped out as it probably should be. So like blue is technically science.
Yep.
Or yellow
It's the only
is in the
stable
early series. Yellow is command, and like engineering and support and all of that stuff were red. But they switched them in the TNG so that red became command, and yellow was more the technical stuff. And then blue's always been science, like medical. You know what Spock does. He's a science officer.
Right.
You know, even Troy, when she actually wears a regulation uniform, she wears the blue because, you know, her job is ship's counselor.
Well,
Her
basically,
rank.
Adam and I work in the same department, like under the same department, because we're
Mm-hmm.
both like comms engineers.
The same overall.
But
When I'm Scotty, yes, but when I'm a red shirt, I'm security.
But how does that make sense? If you're security, you wear the same colors as me, even though I'm chief comms officer.
What's up, Paul?
Well, you got to look at the sleeves. The sleeves have those gold bands on them.
Yeah.
Those are their ranks.
Yeah,
And,
in ToS era, it's on the sleeves. In movie era, they have them on the collar buckles or the shoulder buckles, and then the pips when we get to TNG and beyond.
Or it could have just been whatever fabric was on sale at the
Probably.
time.
I mean, they were trying to cut costs, so they probably just reused the uniforms, and then it just sort of became a staple that there were only 3 colors.
Because I know Hara was wearing gold. Because again, like some of the episodes were not the way they were shown to the public were not in sequence. And in one of the very first ones after the pilot, she was wearing gold, and then they changed it to red.
Right. And they also had some very tan ones that were not gold too.
Sweaters.
Like there were 2 different colors of that. So they hadn't quite found their footing yet, and I think it becomes a little more solidified as you go on. But yeah, there's essentially it's tactical, engineering, and science. Those are your three things. And tactical encompasses like command. Technically, security you think would fall under that, but for some reason they lump them in with engineering. So yeah, it's a little messy. I don't know.
Yes, and make sure you tune in every Sunday as we talk about fashion.
Right? Look at those crew cuts, man.
And men's body weight.
Wow.
When you get diversity on your panel.
You'd think that love handles would be a plus in 0G.
He's not dead.
He's not dead. He's just unconscious.
Negative in the deck area, Captain. He may have gotten out. Expanding search to adjoining sections.
Enterprise to Tantalus Colony.
Tantalus Colony. Adams here.
Dr. Adams? This is Captain Kirk. It appears we may have an inmate of yours aboard the ship.
Transporter crewman found unconscious, Captain. Cargo case open and empty.
Make that definite, Doctor. He's aboard.
Terribly sorry.
Was his butthole unviolated?
What the Get that butt. I guess nobody knows really that joke, do they? They haven't seen that podcast like I have.
Hey, you know what? You're in the captain's chair now. You get to deal with all the dead silence when a joke falls.
Yeah.
I've had that happen like 2 or 3 times in the last week or so. It's your turn.
See, there you go. Wolverine Snick says, "Get that butt." That's what I'm talking about. Oh, it's a legit prison story that these two guys were on a fucking, I think it was Fresh and Fit or something like that. I can't remember. It's one of those fucking big old podcasts now. Whenever like an inmate, they were in jail, and whenever an inmate would get knocked out, somebody would fucking yell, "Get that butt," and they'd yank the guy's pants down and they'd all spit in his ass, because any type of body fluid that gets into anybody's orifice, they have to administer a rape kit and then notify the guy's family that they had to do a rape kit on him. I'm not fucking joking.
I figured they just spit in there for lube.
No. What's up? Alec Baldwin's finger says, "Hail." Alec Baldwin's finger was going nuts on Vets Talking last night. Dropped $100. Fucking
200 actually. It happened again 200? After you left.
Shit. Okay. Yeah, no, they ended up streaming like another hour after I left, and I left at like 2.5 hours in.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna say this thing that was said last night by someone else, but Adam Baldwin's finger does not miss.
No, Adam Baldwin's Alec Baldwin. I'm sorry, Alec Baldwin's fingers does not miss.
Alec Baldwin, yeah. We like Adam Baldwin. Sorry.
Yeah.
You don't even know, Ryan. After you left, we went like another hour, and then after the stream was done, we stood backstage like an hour yelling at each other over One Piece. Like, not even.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Yes. Gal left because she was tired of like the drunken argument. It was fucking hilarious.
You guys had to be fucking hammered.
How bad was Dermy on that then? I mean,
Dermy's gay.
Dermy was offering all kinds of dirty favors to get Adam to watch 5 episodes of the anime of One Piece, because he said, "I watched 1 episode and I hated it." It was in his drunken slurs, and so it made Dermy lose his ever-loving mind. And it was so bad.
So
anime is not for everyone.
It's going to be as bad as what's going to happen tonight when Extra Zero brings Eva back up again. That's going to be epic tonight, dude. It's going to be epic.
No, Extra Zero isn't going to be on tonight.
After all that challenge?
I know. I was
all that build up and all that tension, and now Dermy can only relieve himself.
Yeah,
Zero. If you're listening, I'm disappointed, buddy. I was really looking forward to that.
I've been hyping that. I hyped that up earlier today that there was going to be a throwdown, and I was going to kind of be poking the bear just to make it get worse. And
Yeah,
Now-
I told him. I said, because he doesn't know the material that much, and so I was all, dude, you should just come on and be like, like I do. You can say your opinion, you can talk, just don't vote. Yeah, and but he didn't want to. So
Dermy didn't know shit about James Bond, and we roasted him for an hour and a half.
Yeah, but Dermy's also a fucking homo.
I'd like to point out here that we've been
Poor Anna.
saying
I'm
shit about
sorry.
Dermy. We've been saying shit about Dermy for 5 straight minutes, and Anna's just like, yeah, okay.
Poor Anna.
She's becoming desensitized to it.
Look, we're all friends with Dermy. We love Dermy. We got to give him a lot of shit because
Anna, you saw what happened last week. Some guys picked on Dermy on X Twitter, and I jumped in and I kicked their ass.
And he I had a whole conversation with him yesterday before ball.
He's our fucking punching bag, not theirs.
He was, he's an extremely genuine person, and he is, sometimes like all of us goes through some stuff, and
he seems to be doing better. Good for him. He seems to be happy. He's talking to somebody, which is great. When you kind of find, a little bit of companionship, that's always a good thing. So
he was seeing somebody,
but he's our bitch.
Yeah. No, he just happened. So good for him because him and I've had, some conversations behind the scenes before about different things, stuff that's kind of bumming him out. But no, I'm glad to see he's doing better. But he was shit faced last night. It was so funny.
Dude, everybody who was still on the panel was, specifically him and Adam were just so fucking blitzed by the time you left.
Well, you see, what kind of sucks is that I'm not drinking on that panel because obviously I'm staying with family, so I don't want to get fucking plowed. So it's like, I can't really partake the way they do or anywhere near close. So it's like watching the drunken shit.
That's a good thing. Somebody should be sober enough to operate the fucking stream.
There's got to be somebody. It's got to be a steady hand on the wheel. Why do you think Devil has a hand on the wheel on Ballbusters right now? Because those two are going to get hammered.
On Ballbusters, I was putting stuff in the chat as Dermy because I figured out how to put stuff in as him. So I was all like,
"Wait, that was you?"
Oh no!
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I was all like, I got a small PP and shit like that.
I thought that was just Dermy playing into the joke at one point. And, oh god, that was you.
Fucking Larry does that shit to me on my channel.
No, the one time with the last time, I think it was on Abyssal Musings or whatever. I fucking comment, or it was on Screaming Into the Void. I put a comment, and you had to put afterwards. You're like, again, that wasn't me.
Yeah.
All right. I guess we should talk about Star Trek. We're only 6 minutes in.
People glorify organized violence for 40 centuries, but you imprison those who employ it privately.
And of course, your people found an answer.
You disposed of emotion, Doctor. Where there's no emotion, there's no motive for violence.
Violence.
What is this move? What is
That
this?
would be a judo chop.
It's just a generic like action movie.
But it's not even like a punch or like a choke you out. It's just like a.
Oh, wait till we get to the neck pinch. That's even more ridiculous.
Oh, the
debuts in this episode as well as the mind meld.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god, the mind melt, dude! Like, could you imagine having to put your hands on dude's sweaty ass face, greasy face?
No.
He doesn't just put his hands on him. He caresses him.
Oh yeah, it gets a little weird. It gets weird.
I'm Captain Kirk.
That's a very sweaty, slimy man right there. He's like
very reflective.
You don't know how long he spent in that box before they beamed him up either.
Gelder,
he's got to take a shit.
I want to sign him.
At gunpoint?
I want your promise first. Your word that you won't take me back there to Tantalus.
I love this part where the helmsman's just oblivious to the pistol pointed at the back of his head.
I know, right? He's like,
He's just like, I'm just doing my job. Da-da-da.
No promises. Give me the weapon.
No. No. No, I'm not going back.
Vulcan nerve pinch.
I'll disable your vessel first. You choose, Captain. I'll destroy your control panel.
Hold on. I wanted to pan away so we could look at it a little bit longer because he's about ready to do it.
There you go. Here it comes.
Oh, yeah.
That was brilliant. I loved it. That was cool.
Vulcan nerve pinch.
Head back for Tantalus colony.
Oh my god, this is the first thing I noticed when they said about when you talk about the remaster. I'm like, that is not remastered.
Yeah, no, this is super janky. Yeah, it's like you can almost see the string that's jerking it along.
Yeah, I know. What's up, Shaka Zulu? How you doing?
Looks like my opening with the Dermy planet.
I know. I had to, dude. You had to scroll like 8 days up. I could have swore to God I downloaded that. I guess I didn't. But yeah, so I got it downloaded. So the next time I fucking host, but next week Samuel. So fuck it. That's right, bitch. You're in charge again. Okay.
Fine.
He's like, I just did it.
The report said he was quite talkative, but not very informative. Claimed one thing, then he seemed to forget, and then he'd start to claim something else. But always was just doing the truth. I'd sure like to study this one, Jeff. Not our problem, boss.
You smart button-pushing brat. Wash your hands of it. Is that your system? Both quite sure of yourselves, aren't you? Quite expert. Take him back. Let someone else worry about him.
What did you say your name was?
My name?
Joe Biden.
I mean,
look, it's Joe Biden who's lost. It's like, where are my guys?
he really does kind of look like a younger Joe Biden in that shot.
He does, yeah, actually.
Hey, actually, a young Joe Biden was kind of handsome in a way. I mean, now he's
Kinda.
not.
Well, kick her off the crew.
Get out, woman. Just get out. It's like, come on, Anna. You're better than that. What are you doing?
When he was like 20, he was all right.
Yeah, but he was still a creep then.
Yeah, he was.
That
I
dude's
mean,
always been a creep. I'm sorry. He's always been a creep.
Yeah, but we're talking about like his appearance. Not now, because now his appearance is very not good.
You know, it's funny, and this is slightly off topic, but I was Shadow of Hawk on Twitter a couple of weeks ago was talking about Hunter Biden and like, oh, it's all because of his mom's poor choices. I was like, you mean his mom who died when he was 2? That mom?
Yeah,
and he's like, oh shit, I didn't know that. I was like, yeah, you might want to look into something before you start mouthing off about it.
Had no business dying.
Right?
He just puts his foot in his mouth. I'll tell you what. You're so blind and arrogant.
Where was his mom at? Dead, dude.
Dead.
Well, I won't let you take me back. I'm not going. I'm not going. No.
That's Joe Biden telling him he can't smell children.
Now, seriously though, that the guy's performance there is a little bit heartbreaking. I mean, like he does a really good job, with the I don't know where I am, but I cannot go back to where I was performance.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing that stood out to me. Later, we'll see Spock's little troll-like looks at Kirk, and then this dude, like, he really did do a good job. Kenzo, what do you think? Kenzo's like, I'm not even watching.
No, I didn't hear what you said. Sorry.
Kenzo doesn't listen to women.
What do you think about fake Joe Biden's performance?
Van Gelder.
I think I was very impressed by his level of reflectiveness and how he showed his teeth a lot when he was angry.
He's very shiny.
He was good at writhing around. We got to the part where he's on the table yet.
Yes.
Yeah, that's where we're.
That's right. Yeah, he was like he was really struggling to get out them thoughts that they're blocked, kind of thing.
Yeah. And we still don't know, right, at this point what's going
We don't
on. So
know.
we're not aware, but you're getting the feeling that something's not right here. He's trying to say something, and something's preventing him from doing it.
That's right. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so-
Well, this next scene literally tells you more because we find out he's a doctor.
Simon Van Gelder. Doctor? Dr. Van Gelder. No mistake. There's a full ID tape on it. Committed to Tantalus Colony when? Signed there 6 months ago as Dr. Adams' associate.
Boom, boom, boom.
The plot thickens.
And this is important because Kirk is a big fan of Dr. Adams. In the beginning, when he was having his little argument with Bones about like how like penal colonies work and prisons work, he was like, "Oh, this guy's brilliant. Like I've read all of his work." So he's a massive fan of him. So for him, it's a little bit like, okay, so I know the guy works there, but this dude who's acting really weird and psycho was actually his like assistant. So that piques his interest.
Yeah,
I
kind
love
of.
that little detail.
Kind of reminds me a little bit of some of the fangirling that people did over Fauci during the coof. Like everybody's like, "Oh my god, he's so wonderful and he's so sexy," and it's like he's an 80-year-old man. You weirdos, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Don't meet your heroes.
He's dead.
Yeah. Don't meet your fucking heroes, man. So yeah, it's interesting.
This is Captain Kirk. I'd like to speak to Dr. Adams.
Stand by, Enterprise.
Captain Kirk, Dr. Adams here.
Dr. Adams, regarding your escaped man.
Is Dr. Van Gelder all right? And your people? No injuries?
No casualties, sir. This man is Dr. Simon Van Gelder.
Yes, of course. You're certain he's all right. We've been very concerned. In the violent state he's in.
No harm to him, sir. We thought you might enlighten us as to his condition.
He'd been doing some experimental work, Captain. An experimental beam we'd hoped might rehabilitate incorrigibles. Van Gelder felt he had the moral right to expose another man to something he hadn't tried on his own person.
Tragedy, Doctor. Jam.
Just want to acknowledge real quick. What's up, JT? He said, "Who you call him weirdo?
You're a weirdo."
What's up, JT? How you doing, man? Just talk a little Star Trek. Comparing it to some of the modern day things going on. What's up, man? What are you gonna say?
This is something kind of important here that Kirk misses, right? His first indication that something isn't quite right, aside from the fact that the man is clearly in pain when he tries to recall any important information, and the instruments on the ship confirm that he's in pain when he tries to recall important information. Huge red flag. But also, when Tantalus first sent out the message saying that someone was missing, they specifically said a prisoner. And here, they're avoiding saying he was a prisoner. This should be an indication that something's not right, that somebody down on Tantalus is not telling the truth.
Well, also on top of it too, we literally just found out that he's a doctor, and then of course immediately after said communication, they Dr. Adams says, "Oh, how is Doctor?" And it's like, okay, so now you're finally referring to him as who he is. So that's super weird. It's like, oh well, they found out. Shit, now the cat's out of the bag.
Kirk's decision making this entire episode is a little questionable. The entire time, he makes some pretty. Why are
I
you
will
doing
not be questioned, bitch.
Why are you sitting in the chair, Kirk? I mean, not the captain's chair, but why are you going to sit in the chair that's going to mess with your brain? Why are you doing that? Why telling the girl that has the hots for you to mess with it and do things to you?
Yeah, no. I probably would have rather just hung out with the hot chick than fucking. Anyway, no. Shocking says, remember the Disney doc? Yes, I do remember that. I watched it and it was a piece of shit.
You watched that?
I did. I watched it.
Oh no! Why?
Because I was half bombed and I wanted to watch something terrible.
Did you make a video on it or something?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Okay.
Long time ago.
Were you still bombed when you made the video?
Yes.
I'm gonna go back and look for that.
I've made a couple of videos that were where I was a little abbreviated, and yes, I said that way because one time I had a drunk guy tell me he's like I'm not abbreviated, and I'm like yeah you definitely abbreviated, bro.
As Max said the other night, extroverted.
Yeah.
Believing. I can't explain it, but the more I study that patient, you don't believe him and you can't explain it. Aren't you aware that in the last 20 years, Dr. Adams has done more to revolutionize, to humanize prisons and the treatment of prisoners than all the rest of humanity had done in 40 centuries? I've been to those penal colonies since they've begun following his methods. And they're not cages anymore. Jim. They're clean, decent hospitals for sick minds.
Jim, listen. Gentlemen, I suggest you ask Dr. Adams if he wants Van Gelder returned.
I think Spock had the most level head in this episode.
Well, sure. You know, like I love Bones, but he leads everything with his heart.
Yeah.
And Kirk leads everything with his penis.
What's up, Boosh, you motherfucker?
Thank you, Doctor. I'll take it up with the ship's surgeon. Stand by. Well, Bones, you've got the ball. You care to recommend a better place?
There are no superior facilities. He knows that. But that's not the question. If something unusual is going on down there.
An assumption, Doctor.
I'm required to enter any reasonable doubts into my medical law. That requires you to answer in your law.
Hey, now.
Sorry, Jim.
He keep the whole episode. Spock just keeps giving Jim like this. I love like that.
Well, he's gonna walk in on something later.
Yeah, like that face right there.
Well, he is going down to a penal colony.
Damn it! I've been looking for a penal joke the whole time. I couldn't quite make one work.
You couldn't make one work with penal colony.
No, I couldn't. I was looking for a good in with it. But you know, I've been waiting for the right moment, and Dell just said, "Fuck it, I'm going straight in raw."
He's going in raw, no lube.
Yeah, I found a way. I
mean,
Kenzo's like, what am I doing here?
Kenzo knows exactly what he's doing here.
Oh, Kenzo knew exactly what he's fucking getting into.
I like how she's acting like Kenzo's some saint or something.
Yeah, Saint Kenzo, you know me. I'm not a degenerate like you Americans.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Exactly.
Kenzo hasn't been in the chat for like the last 15 fucking episodes. Like he doesn't know what we do here.
I have been here from the beginning, guys. Just so you know.
Yeah, we were here from the beginning. You were just a product of us being here. So
I like how Anna's acting innocent as well. Like, okay,
it's been a long road getting from there to here.
God damn it, dude! All right, you get a bravo, Wesley, for that one.
oh my goodness.
Well done, Wesley.
Well done, Wesley.
Strict interpretation of our Starship regulations. I'm required to initiate an investigation of this so that a proper report.
No need to apologize, Captain Kirk. In fact, I'd take it as a personal favor if you'd beam down and look into it yourself. I'm sure you realize we don't get too many visitors here. Oh, Captain, I would appreciate it if you could come down with a minimum staff. We're forced to limit outside contact as much as possible.
Affirmative, Doctor. I've visited rehab colonies before. Enterprise out.
He's visited rehab colonies before, guys.
Sex edition. He's had to go a couple times.
Especially after Christmas.
All right, now, question. So, right there, that look too, right there. That's where I'm going with that right there. Since they just had a little bit of a pissing contest, do you think Bones sends Dr. Short Skirt down the
100%. Yeah. Yes.
100%.
Definitely.
Yeah, he was fucking with Jim because he
Yeah.
knew
Yeah.
something had happened with them.
Okay, yeah, all right. I wanted confirmation on that one right there.
First of all, he's the science, he's the medical department head, so odds are he knows everything that goes on under his wing, right? So he was probably very aware of what happened. Hell, he probably was Jim's wingman at that party, for all we know.
He knows he's a cooch hound.
And secondly, and secondly, Bones is, like I said, as much as he's a great character, he has a very moral core for the most part, but he can also be a real petty bitch sometimes.
Well, let's be fair. You can't throw a rock in that ship and not hit a woman that Kirk hasn't violated.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Violated. That makes point. Violated. They all want it.
I mean, Rand's probably off on some like rape crisis center colony right now. So, for the third time.
This face says it all right there. Look at it. She's like, oh my God.
Anna's rethinking her life decisions now.
Oh, now we got to be careful about saying rape.
Go ahead and talk about his weight again, Anna.
Captain talked about the dude's greasy face and the way he looked.
Hey, talk about push masturbation is within realm. It's within limits.
Who's masturbating where?
Kirk, for the record, Kirk does get a little bit rapey towards the end of this
It's
episode.
not his fault. It's not his fault.
He gets a little intense.
It's been worse.
Rapey.
Out of all of the episodes we've seen, we've had worse. So we kind of have a scale, which is so bad.
Somebody ought to make a smash supercut of all of the times in Star Trek where somebody did something fucking horrendous, but it wasn't their fault.
Kirk's only 40% rapey this episode.
40% rapey, and he isn't cupping the faces of underage girls.
Oh no! Oh, that's too much.
Hey there.
Hey, she's
Yeah, what was that look about?
That was
Gina Davis, young Gina Davis, right there.
Yeah, he looked at her and said, "I've already had sex with this one."
Spock, yeah. Look, it's Spock.
We've met. He's like, have we?
And then she just fucking drives the point home.
Faces this whole episode. I just meme after meme.
It's nothing but a lot of external body language, and it's hysterical to watch.
Oh yeah, I could make a meme right now. You freeze it right there and say the face you make when you forget the girl's name, the name of the girl you slept with.
In Kirk's defense, we get to reveal that they didn't actually do much together, but she really wanted to.
Right. But still, I mean, he's the ship's captain, and she is a part of his crew, and there are things about fraternization.
There was some over the clothes grinding. We'll say that.
You always got to go straight to the grinding. You can't just say feel her up, cop a feel.
I feel like Kenzo wants to say something.
Hell no.
Oh.
I have nothing to interject.
Kenzo's like, I want nothing to do with this.
I can't believe this is a fucking review show. This is seriously a review show. She's like, I know what your penis looks like.
Kenzo has nothing to contribute because we're not speaking the same language. We have to say snog and shag. Otherwise, he's confused.
Yeah, that's true. We do say that.
So the guy at the beginning was sweaty because he was in the box because he was wanking it in the box.
Don't we all have a masturbation box?
Right, you said I had to speak Kenzo's language, so I said wank.
Just me, huh?
Americans got 8,000 euphemisms for that.
We got more than one.
That's the only one I ever heard. You guys say flog the dolphin in the UK?
Flog the bishop.
You rubbing one out. Yeah.
Tiddle the winky.
Put him on off.
They just made that one
the
up.
queen.
I'll
cross the line with that one.
She remember whatever. She remember whatever happened. That was Kirk's first mistake. Used the wrong hypo spray.
Oh no!
That's Duke Devil 95. Bradley Burnett. He was our Wesley last week.
Yeah.
He was great.
Why didn't he make jokes like this when he was on stream?
He did. You talked over most of them.
Choke the chicken, yeah. Bash the bishop.
Polish the wood.
That's his fucking with you, Anna. But he did make some jokes.
She looks like she's gonna stab you, dude. And I'm here for it, actually.
As long as she doesn't stab me with Dermy's dick, we're all good.
Oh, really? Did you really have to go there?
What the fuck?
I did.
Wow.
Who are you now?
Killed the science officer.
Bad behavior.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Ryan. It's worse when you're here. It's better when you're not here.
I didn't do it.
You're making them do it.
I don't sanction this debauchery.
Devil made them do it.
I'm actually quite surprised at him because you're the one
it.
usually when Ryan isn't here.
No,
you're the
I'm
one
voicing.
who's
No,
always-
I was Ryan. I was Ryan. I was playing Ryan there. He doesn't. He's the captain. He doesn't sanction this. I'm willing. I'm a willing participant. I know I am.
He's ready and willing.
Yeah,
He's sprawled on the bed, spread eagle.
Unfortunately, the doctor is not present to supply him with
Unfortunately, the
martinis.
martinis are out.
Right?
But I do have my own open bathrobe. So
He just gets
Jesus
a martini
Christ.
and he's like dripping it down his chest like in those 80s music videos.
the elevator's going
Puts
down,
on
so I'm
some
gonna
Def
grab
Leppard.
you.
I know.
It started suddenly, didn't it? So
I mean, that's a fast fucking elevator.
You
I
can
will
tell
give them
by
that.
the light going up, and that's how you can tell.
Yes,
how
I am.
fast
I am happy to see you.
he's
Yeah, I know
happy.
what's going on in here.
That guy's sweaty too.
Maybe it's hot.
Sweaty.
I mean, they went all the way to the fucking core of the planet.
I like his culty looking robe.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, it's a little cultish. Yeah.
yeah.
So no thumb drives and no air conditioning. Check.
That'd be miserable.
Now, what I really like here is as they start to talk about stuff, they quickly basically go, "Shut up, woman."
Yeah, the whole time.
Like, "Shut up, woman. Don't talk. Men talking."
I like how she's just sitting there with a smile on her face. She's like, okay.
Hey, martinis.
Well, he is a doctor.
That's not a martini. That's whiskey or something.
Damn it, Anna! It's the joke. It's the lore.
No, it's not a joke. It's a whiskey, not a martinis are not here tonight. Mm-mm.
Yeah, let the alcoholic
But it would
speak.
be if Alf was here, they would be martinis, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You make a martini with whiskey, you know.
Look at a martini. Could fucking use one.
Enterprise. Spock here.
Your landing coordinates were right on the nose, Mr. Spock. We arrived safely, and we're here with Dr. Adams right now. Kirk out.
Affirmative, Captain. Enterprise out.
Ah, his wife. Here we go. Look at this bitch's face, man.
Lethe, this is Captain Kirk and Dr. Helen Noel. Lethe came to us for rehabilitation and stayed on as a therapist.
It's just me, or does she look like she's got kind of a lazy eyelid?
Partially
Slightly.
because I think it's the shadow a little bit because
Yeah.
I did realize there was something off with her eyes when I was watching it. You're
Yeah,
right.
well, yeah, she does look a little blank too, like many of the people who inhabit this colony, so like obviously she's been through some of this treatment too, which
There's
is
that
why I
vacant
think it's
there,
yeah,
Yeah.
and why she's got that the name Lethe is was a little on the nose, I thought, but yeah.
Yeah. Shakazu says, should Bones and Dr. Dr. Miniskirt shag now, or they shag later?
You really do want that martini, don't you?
Yeah, it's right. It's like the martini.
Dr. Miniskirt and Cone Bra.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, man, bras have gone downhill here.
Right?
Does it matter? That person no longer exists?
Part of our...
But I just mentioned that because it's like she doesn't have like both of her eyes are aimed the same direction. Like they're both.
What crime would you
orthopropically
think she committed just by looking at her?
Killed her husband.
Probably murder.
The seagull in the film.
Or her lover or something.
Yeah, murder, definitely. But she looks like somebody who was recovered recently from Bell's palsy. I guess is what I'm getting at. Like one side of her face just doesn't seem as animated as the other.
That is a handsome woman.
That is one handsome woman. Woof. Jesus, boosh. What the fuck, man?
That's actually exactly the euphemism they would have used in the 60s.
Quite sure that you concur with me in that, Doctor. Helen.
Shifting of memory patterns is basic to psychotherapy.
Yes. And now to the top. You'll forgive us, Lethe.
It kind of sounds to me like she said brainwashing is basic psychotherapy.
Well,
Which is what they would have thought in the 60s.
Planet so cold. Heart and mind so empty that we cannot fill them with love and warmth.
Yeah, I'm gonna let that one hang.
Yeah.
See, there's a lot of love and warmth right there.
Yeah.
Quite a tour, Doctor. Very impressive. Thank you.
There's a lot of oddly animated people that would be very off-putting. I'm kind of surprised that they didn't really pick up on it before, in my opinion.
Like
Kirk
I said,
is stupid dense in this episode.
Yeah, I said Kirk is really not at his best in this. He's like making a lot of mistakes here.
They're all walking around like third day at a festival.
But Kirk is also so good at like playing the opposite of what he wants people to believe that he is.
Good point. It's a good point.
In every single episode we've seen, he's such a manipulator. Like he goes and puts on like this front of being one person, but really he's trying to get to the end goal, and he does it in very nefarious ways sometimes, which are creepy. And I think he might be doing this here too.
I think Miri is a very pretty name for a very pretty young woman.
Yeah, like what the hell? Like no.
Yeah. But no, like he just I get that, and most of the time I'd agree with you, but in this particular episode he just keeps fucking ignoring blatant red flags, you know, like
because he's
something's not right.
He's the kind of guy, sorry to interrupt you, but he's the kind of guy who is so into like, that's why he was chosen to be the captain of the Enterprise, to go out there and discover. He's so willing. It's like in his nature to discover and go out there and find new things. And he's been reading these books and these, scientific papers by this guy. So he's kind of like starstruck.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what I was going to say, Anna. Yeah. He's starstruck. He's a little bit he got a little bit of half chub going on, so he's just kind of like, ooh, it's like the honeymoon phase.
Sure, and I think this probably leads into like what Anna was saying about Spock and Bones a couple episodes ago, about how their friendship is really beginning to form and all this stuff, but they're still pretty new into their 5-year mission at this point, and he this is clearly indicating to me that he has not yet learned to fully trust his crew and their judgment and their instincts, because Spock was like, hey, maybe you should ask some questions. Bones was like, hey, this does not fucking feel right. And both of them were very clear with him at the beginning of this episode. And he was just like, oh, whatever, you guys don't know what you're talking about. And here he is walking through a city full of zombie people and not recognizing that this ain't right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got.
And he's already
so
said he's been to penal colonies before, so surely he would notice something's off, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
That experience with it.
This little section right here is actually important because it's the room that they just entered in the last one, and this is
Store. Control pad.
It's okay, Mr. President. The ice cream on its way.
Quick! Somebody get some hair. Get some hair.
4 lights.
I was thinking that this entire episode. Well, more like when he's in the chair. When Kirk's in the chair, I kept thinking 4 lights. 4 lights.
oh my god, fucking devil. God damn it. That was pretty funny, actually. It's okay, Mr. President. Just lay back down. The rocky road's on its way.
I couldn't get much use out of it at all. That beam from above neutralizes brain waves, relaxes the patient's mind. There's no harm caused, and the effects are only temporary. One question.
Neutralizes brain waves, does the patient no harm.
Yeah, that's not a thing. It's like that's kind of a yeah, no. Boucher's that guy's fucking face. Did Bones dose him with LSD? No, he's he got his brain waves fucking neutralized. That's what he got. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, there's always that slight chance that it might do some good in the more violent cases.
Tranquilizers are fine, Captain, but to continually pump chemicals into a person's bloodstream.
Quiet, woman.
I think that's a valid point, though, about any kind of treatment when she says they're to continually pump chemicals into somebody's bloodstream.
Yeah.
It's going to fuck them up in one way or another.
I would agree.
Regardless of what the treatment is, you know.
I agree with that too. I think
Well,
if
I mean-
it's a like really serious case where you do need to, and we see that play out with Dr. what's his name, Vengar or whatever,
Van Gelder.
Van Gelder. That's him. Thank you. Like they do need to neutralize him constantly because he's just so agitated. Like that's understandable, but just to do it to people for no reason when they don't really need it, like yeah, that makes sense.
Well, even when they do, if you look at chemotherapy, yes, radiation kills cancerous cells. It also kills healthy cells.
Yes, it does.
Well, to be fair, I've been pumping chemicals in my blood for years, and I'm completely normal.
Drugs are
No,
bad.
you're not.
Is that a joke? Are we being serious?
Father of lies over here, just bullshit.
I've been pumping drugs into myself for years, and I'm fine. No, but in all honesty, though, I think doctors in today's world, and this must have been somewhat of an issue even back then, that they're quick to over medicate people. It's a huge the VA hospital for veterans in this country. They're more likely to prescribe, medication than they actually try to, find treatments. So it's.
That's why I hang out with so many of you vets, trying to see if I can score off you.
Yeah. You. What do you want, man? You want you want some antipsychotics or something?
Look, lithium's not easy to come by.
Anything I can't find on the corner, please.
I don't have lithium, but yeah, no. This is an interesting episode though when it comes to statements on medicine that are still relevant to this day.
Who demanded of the wise old sage to be taught all the world's wisdom while standing on one foot.
Beam neutralizing has been experimented with on Earth, Captain. I'm not acquainted with this particular style of equipment, but I can assure you that Dr. Adams has not created a chamber of horrors here.
I didn't mean.
So let's break that down. I'm not familiar with this. I'm not familiar with this equipment here, but let me assure you, it's not a chamber of what the fuck are you talking about?
What
You
she's
either
talking
know
about is that the concept, the idea that in the and maybe perhaps in other forms of technology, they has been experimented on Earth, and she has been at least privy to that, if not actively involved in it. So she's familiar with the concept of what he's doing. She's not familiar with his specific setup.
There's only one person in that room that's a pervy. Okay, and it ain't her.
Sorry, I don't know if you guys heard that, but there was a fighter jet taking off near me. It's freaking loud.
No, we didn't hear it.
Okay, good. Well, I guess the new microphone works pretty damn good then. Because yeah, it was fucking loud. But I mean, I understand like it's like saying, okay, well, the concept of socialism is a good idea, but the execution of it is fucking not. And it's like, okay, it's basically the same thing.
Well, she also just like, a scene and a half before said, oh yeah, brainwashing's totally cool and normal.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Well, she's smiling and all happy about it, like she's having fun and shit. She should be, like I would be like, the science behind this does, have some validity. We have, but she's all like, oh, it's totally like cool. It's all okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, get to see the execution here of it.
You guys remember that game, Simon?
Bump, 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 bump.
Was it green or yellow?
I just hit red every time.
It looks and sounds pleasant, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'll never go.
Yeah, me too.
They're all, you got to have all the THC out of your system first. Kenzo's all, fuck you. Oh, no.
Give me 37 days.
Bush says, actually, communism is stupid on paper, too. As soon as someone starts asking hypotheticals, communism completely shatters. Well, I did say socialism, but communism is an offshoot of the ideologies of socialism. So it's just socialism is basically an ideal. It's a disease. There you go. And so is communism. What the fuck is Horny Alf?
Run some kind of like communist.
Look, you're talking socialism and communism like they're different things. It's like saying that ball cancer and brain cancer, they're different. They're both cancer, dude. They'll both kill you.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Well, neither one's great. But Shaka Zoo says, "Hail, Horny Alf." Where's Alf? Did I miss Alf in the chat? Shaka Zoo, are you drinking?
He's off getting vodka and olives. We run low.
Now look, he made so many martinis for all of us last week. He just wants to chill and make a martini for himself.
Yeah. He's off for his annual physical. Even the doctor's got to get felt up. Turn your head and cough,
Oh Jesus. Oh no.
I think he actually says that. Bones does say that, and I don't remember what series, but somebody says to him like, "Don't peek." When there's like a woman changing, he's like, "It's my job to peek."
It is.
How do I get that job? I'd like to peek.
That's what he's doing.
In all honesty, though, because they say like gynecologists and stuff like that, or anybody who examines a female body, they say, "Oh, it'd be a great job because you can see naked women." No. For every one that you actually
horrible shit that comes out of women's bodies.
Yeah, for every attractive one that you see, there's going to be probably about 30 ones you don't. So that's just
like that meatball chick comes in.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
she's in that stirrup, says, "I'm itching down there." You're all like, "Oh God."
guys. Star Trek.
Star Trek.
Star Trek.
Thank you very much.
Okay. All right.
Going off this roller coaster.
Anna's like, good God. She can only handle so much of us a weekend.
A week.
McCoy, the technical expert he sent along with me, insists that any concern is unjustified.
That was diplomatically put.
Van Gelder created his own problem.
Yeah.
Kirk is kind of coping here. He's coping a little bit.
I think so. I agree. Yeah.
plan to beam back up, Captain?
I think we'll spend the night here, Mr. Spock.
No! No!
And we'll continue to check in every 4 hours.
Kirk out.
No!
That's another good indication that not everything is as it seems, because the guy they've got strapped to a bed is concerned for the captain's safety.
Yeah, he's concerned for the fact that they're staying behind. As soon as he hears that we're staying the night, he's like, no, no. Yeah. And then he even says, don't hypo me. He doesn't want to be sedated. He's trying to tell you something is wrong.
Well, they'd have kicked him right out of the Ramones. I'm glad Devil got that.
I was just thinking that song when he said sedated.
I want to be sedated.
And now we get to see the infamous face touching as
we can't skip Spock's speech about why he won't do it, because this is a magnificent thing of it's an invasion. It's supposed to be private mind. And again, Ryan, you haven't seen it yet. You skip forward to Undiscovered Country and what he does to Kim Cattrall in that. It shows the evolution.
What happened?
Well,
he doesn't
gives
know
a
the
speech
movie.
about. Well, I'm just saying. Well, it's for everybody else. Then. Yeah, I know that. But in this one, he's giving the big speech about how we can't invade. Doing a mind meld's an invasion. You're melding thoughts. It's can't do this. And when we skip ahead to movie 6, Undiscovered Country, and what he does to Kim Cattrall's character, and when we talk about that it's such. You have to realize that to Spock, the desperation. With his choice to do it in that movie.
That was an extreme case though, because the rest of the time, not only does Spock, but Sarek and all of the other Vulcans are very, very concerned with not overreaching, with not overstepping. They always make sure that not only do they have your consent, but that you know exactly what you're in.
And that's my point.
Mind meld.
That's my point. That's why that scene.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's why that scene is so. It's so. I can't find the right word. It's deep. Let's just say it's a deep scene. It's a magnificent scene. You realize that Spock is breaking every Vulcan code when he does it in Undiscovered Country.
Well,
he did just say to him, "You must open my mind."
Yeah,
he does.
So he did give consent.
Yeah, I mean, this thing. Yeah, I'm talking about here. It's normal, but in Undiscovered Country, he mind rapes her in that one.
Yeah. They also address it kind of in Enterprise, because in Enterprise it's still taboo. Like in their society, they're considered freaks if you try to do it, and they like try to arrest them and imprison them for doing mind melds. So it's still new to them.
Well, it isn't. It's a bit of their ancient history that was suppressed along with the emotions for the most part. Like the whole mind meld thing involves a level of intimacy that is antithetical to logic, and so yeah, they put that in the back on the back burner for a while. Eventually, they open that back up again, because this is something that the reason they can do mind melds, like Vulcans are mildly telepathic anyway. By extension, so are Romulans. They just don't care, But then you come across somebody like the Betazoids who are full on telepathic, right? And they don't ask for permission most of the time. They just go around plucking thoughts out of people's fucking heads.
Yeah, I don't think they can. I mean, it doesn't like hit them like it's just they hear your thoughts. They
It's as far as they're concerned, they're just communicating because it's just natural to them as brain.
So with the mind meld, obviously they can just see whatever they want, not just what you want to show them.
Yeah, because in order for that to work, like you can't fight it. You got to open your mind to it. So when you fight it, it doesn't meld right.
So you can't clear your browser history first.
Yeah.
That's why you always clear your browser history after you're done. All right, that's part of the cleanup.
That's
it's
the pro move, dude.
Thing, though. They don't just see everything. Like you literally meld and become one. You share each
so you
other's
see their
minds.
stuff too.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it's also one thing too that in Next Generation, I can't remember the episode's name, but when Troy she basically gets overpowered, and they basically fritz out and she goes in this like psychotic state where she's literally in pain because I can't remember what creature is forcing itself on her.
Pick a season. Pick a season where she gets mind fucked.
Yeah,
It happens a lot.
there's one that's really bad. I think it's like season 4 or something where I mean she's like almost inconsolable. She's in bed. She just can't it's like she's lost her mind and she's like frantic. Almost like the one guy.
Yeah, it's the one where the guys they like read people's mind and like write it down, almost like they.
Oh
copy
yeah.
the file. And he goes into her mind against her will, but it's like against the law on their planet because of their power.
He puts himself in Will's place. In her memory, and
Boo says it happens in Nemesis. It's been a while since I've seen Nemesis, so I know a lot of people don't like Nemesis, but I like Next Generation, so I thought Nemesis was okay. It wasn't great, but it's whatever.
I like parts of it. There are things in it that I like. There's some things in it that I think were fucking retarded, but
yeah, I mean,
it is
not fucking retarded like today, but back then fucking retarded.
No, just plain old fucking retarded.
When we qualified it as fucking retarded, like just not trying anymore, not caring.
Yeah,
mailing it in.
Yeah,
well,
so there were certain choices that they made with the script and the characters that were also fucking retarded. The Reman's mind raping Troy for no real reason other than to unsettle her.
And YouTube, don't demonetize us. We can say retarded because we're all retarded.
Yes, I especially me. I was in the military, so I am absolutely fucking retarded. You can ask anybody who served in the military, like, oh yeah, I was a fucking retard. So that being said, let's get back to Dr. Hot Pants.
Good evening. Good evening. What did you think of the inmates we saw here this afternoon?
You could have waited until tomorrow morning to ask me that, Captain.
I didn't.
Yeah, you didn't.
Well adjusted.
But a bit blank.
There you go.
Captain, if you're questioning the methods of a man like Tristan Adams...
I'd like to see that treatment room again. You say you're somewhat familiar with the theory behind it?
Yes, somewhat. But if you'd simply state any doubts you have to Dr. Adams...
And if he's lying, he'll continue to lie, and I won't find out a thing. The only way I can be sure is to see that machine at work. Or is that too impractical and unscientific?
Shadow, am I retarded? Do you want me to answer that question, kid?
I don't like that would not fly today. I'm sorry. Somebody talk to me that way. No. That is no. Like he has a valid point. But the way he like presents us, no. I'm sorry, get out of here. And the way she just like it's so
Wolverine is retreated.
Always like laughing and smiling. Like, is she a separate wife? What is going on?
Yeah, she's all like, "You're so rude, Captain. Fat."
Fat and you're rude, so I'm just gonna smile at you, not say
Right, but like this is the first time that he's actually started picking up on what's actually going on in this episode, and it also makes a valid point about hero worship here, in that it doesn't matter what a man's accomplishments are or what his how highly regarded he is. No man is above reproach or scrutiny, and that's something that we should all keep in mind.
I also think here too is that I think she thought that he was gonna like be flirting with her or something, like they were gonna pick up where they kind of left off. And when he was like, "No, I want you to take me to, I want to learn what the fuck's going on here," because I don't fucking. He's starting to say, "Hey, I don't necessarily trust this." She kind of looks like she's butthurt, to be honest. She looks like going, "Oh, I thought I was going to get fucking slammed."
Should have gone.
I thought I was going to get butthurt, and now I'm just regular butthurt.
He should have said to Bones, "I'm not going on a mission with her. She's going to distract me. We have history together, and it's going to sabotage the mission." But obviously, we need all of this to happen because the script needs to happen. So
I agree with you, Ryan. She looked disappointed when he was like, Just like, yeah, I have a question. She's all, oh, you don't want to take me to Pound Town? Okay, I guess. Whatever.
No, I legit. I know we're making jokes about it, but in all honesty, she legitimately looks like she thought they were going to pick up where they left off, and because things are fucking kind of awkward, and I'm sure being the fact that he shouldn't have fraternized with her as the captain, whether or not that she professionally, I would say she probably is somewhat of a match for him. I mean, she is a doctor. She is going to be somewhat smart.
She's
maybe
also
not
under his command.
Yeah, that's the big problem. That's a huge problem. Well, because you can even see it with like when Bones and Kirk interact. Like sometimes he'll call him Jim when things are a little more kind of like on the same level.
Yeah.
But when Kirk's got to make a decision, it's not the same way. And we've seen in an episode where that's kind of happened before, and to where Bones will be like, "Oh, Jim," and then all of a sudden, like you see Kirk's face, and then he's like, "Captain," and it's like, it's serious now. It's a serious moment. So just to kind of keep it a little bit Star Trek-y. I know we can go off all fucking day about Pound Town and shit. I just want I don't want to chase Anna off yet. All right. Apparently,
speaking of Pound Town, look at this scene.
Yeah. God damn it,
I'm all up
Samuel.
in your brain.
Deep inside.
Jesus, Boosh. What the fuck is wrong with you, Boosh, you some bitch?
Look, Grandpappy was a strapping lad.
You don't have to take it further, fucker. You don't.
It's not really about have to.
I don't have to. I want to.
But see here he's saying our, and then the patient says our, and this is what I'm getting at. They in this moment their minds are one, so they are sharing each other's thoughts and memories. They're obviously going after a specific group of memories from Homeboy, but yeah, Spock's mind is open to this guy too.
Yeah, it's well, I mean, literally, it's they're melded together. So yeah, it's going to be we. It's going to be the collective we in the situation. What did Shadow say? If she stuck around this long, I can't think of anyone who could scare her off. She defends Dermy. Oh, Anna. Yeah, I'm like the chick in the show. What the fuck?
That's what I thought too at first. I was like, what?
Dermception.
No.
It happens.
No. Look, the kid said something actually pretty spot on. If Anna can deal with Dermy, for all the lovable weirdo he is, then yeah, Anna can handle fucking anything. That's a true strong woman, by the way. Just for an example, a real strong woman doesn't get fucking butthurt. I know that's like controversial in today's world.
Make me captain next week.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Wait, what?
Woman's gonna be in charge of this. I'm off.
She's using her feminine wiles to mutiny.
No, I'm joking. Thank you.
We won't even let you drive the ship. What are you talking about?
You know, it's funny. She
hey,
I don't know,
no,
Ryan.
Nicole, actually, no, she's been a navigator. She's actually been the helmsman. She has all of the skills, so I can do anything.
Didn't the ship crash on that episode?
I mean, there's a secondary console. I guess you could. It's one of those things where you kind of let a kid steer a little bit. It's like you can steer, and I'll control the gas pedals. It's like,
just in case.
No, Shadow, it's not mutiny if I actually support the captain. None of these dudes support the captain. They want to be in the captain's seat. I'm asking. It's two different things.
Hell no, I don't.
She dressed up like Captain Kirk last week.
I'm driving.
I did. I saw the hat last week. That was an awesome hat. Yeah, it was so Shadow fucking mute.
And then Kirk got really creepy with the young woman. And she
said, I don't want to be captain no more.
Samuel's like, whoa. Yeah. Good stuff. All right.
I like how the off button's huge.
What you've seen the guy they got running it, right? He's fucking mind melted too, so he's kind of retarded. It's like off. Oh god damn. Fuck. Here we go.
Handled with reasonable safety, yes or no? And will you be able to determine if that beam is harming me in the slightest?
Yes, Captain.
I'll be watching your pants.
Yes, he will.
She knows her profession.
I would not climb in that motherfucker. I'll tell you what.
I mean, again, this is a bad decision.
It is, yeah.
Bad decision.
Yeah, I would never let a girl who I like, even if I didn't sleep with her,
Spurned?
even if it was like spurned, perfect word, have any kind of control over my mind for even like a second. Like this could be very bad.
I'm gonna say it's Picard and Cisco wouldn't have done that.
She's already said she's not familiar with this setup as well.
I picked up on that too. Kenzo, I was thinking, did she not say that in the beginning when they introduced them to the machine, the neuro whatever thing? And she's like, I've never actually used what I know about the like theory, but now all of a sudden she knows how to operate it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, the off button is giant and says off on it.
You're right. You're so right.
But there's a hell of a lot of other buttons.
It seems pretty user friendly.
Yeah, I would agree. Also, too, in a sense, Kirk did ask that guy how it kind of works, right? You know, so he was like, "Oh,
demonstration earlier on."
So it's not really that complicated, but at the same
It seems
time,
to have a talk to a speak to operate function as well. If you, when we look further on,
So basically, they tried something simple, like, you're hungry, but I wanted to get to the unusual one. So Kirk, we should try something unusual, something we both know is not true, right? So, of course, it goes.
Yeah, no,
different.
definitely. Tell the girl that I spurned to put fucking, lurid thoughts of what never happened into my head.
we had a
That's
threesome with a
absolutely good
pigeon.
idea.
Her sexual fantasies.
It also
So
lays
this
the
is
groundwork
basically
for
what
happens after.
This is basically what she wished had happened.
Yeah, she wanted to be ravaged on Christmas Eve by Kirk.
I've loved you.
Wouldn't you?
Well, only if you bought me dinner first.
I don't know. I mean, look, William Shatner's an attractive man, but I don't know about all that. Like it's
yeah.
It's like fucking devil saying he's like, hey, I'd suck everybody's dick on this panel for $1 million. I don't know, dude. It's like,
Dude,
here we go again.
250,000 for a blowjob. Fuck you, man.
You know what? For 250,000, I might let you.
Well, I mean, is there fingering involved? Cupping?
What we talking about?
Now he went full. No, later on he goes full tongue in her mouth. Later on, he goes full tongue.
Mm-hmm.
You see it, man. He's like, ah.
I love the kissing of the 60s. It's all like, let's put our mouths together and then just move around like we're meshing teeth.
That's how people kissed back then. Didn't you know that?
I don't think it is, but okay. It's like, I think human beings have always done it a certain way. I like how Kirk has this look on his face too, of kind of like, it's like get on fucking Christmas.
You pan out, he's just got a massive door.
Bum bum bum.
Captain Kirk is going to have a complete demonstration. I want there to be no doubt
He's
whatsoever.
He's like, Captain Kirk, now take off your pants. Clue says the French changed everything. Yes. Bushy's close only got a boner. God damn it, Bush. Right.
Oh shit.
There are 4 lights.
See, yeah, I thought that when I was watching this too. I admit that.
Okay, I have to ask, what the fuck is the point of that? You're
the
in
4 lights thing.
No, what you're in love with Helen? You would lie, cheat, and steal. Like why?
Because
he
he's
wants
fucking with him. He's hurting.
he
him.
wants to inflict
I know
pain.
he's fucking. I know he's fucking with him, but
But
it's
how
like
does he know that though?
He was probably
He was
standing out in
just-
the hall listening just now.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm
yeah.
sure that they heard what Helen was saying to him.
yeah, it's just weird.
Like
I
if
think
they'd
it's
stuck with the
just-
sandwich thing, he probably would be like, "Yeah, you're gonna die without the sandwich, and now the sandwich is leaving you," and he'd still be in pain. Yeah, like it doesn't really matter what it is.
It's just the
Don't
context
say
of the
stuff that
scene, I
hurts.
think. It's the context.
I guess it just. I guess it just makes it more dramatic. You know, it
And-
makes it more
and-
human.
And you want to turn him into Rapey Kirk.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Well, no, you also want to create that dilemma within him where he needs to struggle with, like, again, present him as a character who, even though all of these other people, prisoners, have been told things and they're going along with it being zombies, he is such a strong character. He gives into those things that are being said to him, but at the same time, he can overcome them because he's so strong. Like to hype him up for future
Like strength of
episodes.
character and will.
Yeah, like to do that. That's what I got from it, because he, at the end of the day, doesn't give two shits about this chick. Like, he's sexually attracted to her, but he doesn't care about her.
Shadow says Rapey Kirk is less than Anna Kirk.
I don't even know what that means and how I'm supposed to
He
comment
prefers
on
Anna
that.
Kirk
Like,
over
what
Rapey
is
Kirk.
that even? What is
don't
I ever rapey?
He said that he likes you. Like, you know, Kirk gets rapey sometimes. You know, it's not always his
You're-
fault, but he
It's
does.
You're better than Rapey Kirk.
Rapey Kirk
Oh
is not
wow!
a good Kirk.
Thanks.
You're a better
That's an
Kirk than Rapey Kirk.
upgrade.
Mhm.
Thank you, Shadow. Great compliment.
Great
I'm not-
Rapey Kirk. It's not his fault. Hey, look at that.
Well, I think
On
the
the-
true
on the
question
Twitch.
I think the true question is Anna Kirk better than Fat Kirk? That's what we need to really answer.
Real quick, from Twitch, it's Puddle Jumper. Finally, Twitch ordains to give out the Twitch drops I've been trying to get from Sea of Thieves for 2 days. What is going on with this platform? Well, Twitch is a giant piece of shit.
Oh, yeah.
So it's probably not a surprise that you're not getting notifications for Alf's Twitch
Is that
there.
what Twitch drops are? Is notifications? I don't use Twitch. I don't know what.
Yeah, there you go, Shakazu. Twitch sucks. I think that's basically what I got from that. Yeah, there you go. Fuck Twitch. Yeah, no, I want to start streaming to Kick here pretty soon. Probably starting this coming Friday. It's a Puddle Jumper says that I would agree there. Where's Alf today? Alf is actually not. In all honesty, he's not feeling well. There is some crud going around. I had it last weekend. Nomi, who many of you know, she's had it for like the last 2 weeks. Like, so there's just some garbage going around. But back to making Rapey Kirk.
It's a little cringe. It really is.
you.
And Adam knows from cringe.
Yeah. I
God
got no
damn
response.
it.
I got no response to that.
The pain increases unless you obey. Right. Must drop it. Very good, Captain. Very good indeed.
What up, Keeley? If JV were here, he'd say roll tide.
It's interesting how he drops the phaser, but he's able to fight for the communicator a little bit.
Mhm.
Well, the communicator is going to do the most good in this
Yeah.
case.
Because
So
it's his link to Spock.
To Enterprise.
I want my sex dream back.
Helen.
sandwich, no. I would miss my sandwich too if I was him. That's probably a good sandwich.
I had a roast
Woman,
beef
get
sandwich
back
today.
in there
It
and
was
make
good.
me a sandwich. Oh, I like the fact that they just put him back in his room and they put her in there too, like almost like nothing happened, right?
Well,
Like
I
it's
think
just,
they're hoping that he's gonna do something to her, which
yeah,
he almost does.
yeah.
It doesn't help that she's like just laying on him with her
She's
tits hanging
caressing
out,
his
but
chest right there.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, she
Look at
is.
that. Like, yeah.
For years I've loved you.
Try to remember.
Loved you.
He placed all that in your mind.
For years.
Remember.
You've only known me 1 year, damn it.
Falls away from you. Do you remember the pain? And then his voice? Remember?
I do actually like how once she snapped out of her sort of hero worship of Adams as well, that she does sort of engage a competent Starfleet officer mode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, she kind of wakes up herself.
It's like she wasn't taking this very seriously until that happened, and then she's like, "Oh fuck, we're actually in real trouble here." That's a great face.
That was a really good like moral story about.
Hey, Wookie, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Wookie, like when you're in love with somebody and like you really wish, that's your like cast a spell on them basically, which is what's happening. But she is so loyal to the Starfleet that she actually is willing to go and sacrifice her life to get Kirk to what he used to be.
Why is she smiling at that face?
Because she's thinking about what's going to come next.
Because she's in love with him. That's why.
I don't know about in love and lust, more like they don't know each other.
Lust, but he's got.
Seems like every chick is in love with him for some reason.
He's got murder face on.
Anna. Either that or she's
murder face.
He's got I'm gonna wear your skin when we're done face.
Yeah.
Now she's concerned.
Yeah.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Oh no.
My skirt's so short.
What was that from Young Frankenstein? Woof. Oh, at last I think I found you.
Wookie Be Bad says, "Well, Kenzo, we missed you."
Kenzo's like,
He's
fall
just like,
asleep.
I don't think Kenzo knows what the fuck to do.
This is my normal red.
He's frozen.
Regular chill.
Is he still frozen? Oh, he's back.
Hello?
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. You froze though.
Oh, sorry.
That's cool.
Air conditioning. It has to connect with other ducts and tunnels.
And why is everybody so goddamn sweaty there?
Yeah.
Cut off the security force field. You had any training in hyperpower circuits?
No, I'm a psychiatrist.
Yeah.
That's a good it's a good setup here, right though. That's a pretty good setup for what happens.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, it's
Now get in that duck so I can watch you from behind.
Time for another treatment?
Hello.
No, I'll get so she starts crawling around the duct, right?
And showing off some cleavage.
Not just yet. We'll get there.
Okay. See, Ryan knows exactly when it happens.
Oh yeah, he wore that part of the tape out.
Yeah, that's what.
You believe in me completely. I believe in you. You trust me completely. Trust you. Excellent, Captain. I compliment you. Do you know Dr. Van Gelder was down on his hands and knees sobbing at this point? So gratifying. I'm so fortunate to have had a couple of excellent specimens to work with. I've learned a great deal.
Real quick, Shaka Zula says, "Great scene." Puddle Jumper says, "Shatner is such a great captain for Star Trek. I wish we could have had a decent series with Kelsey Grammer as a captain." have David Hyde Pierce as an admiral or captain. He is friends and rival as a recurring guest. Ironically, speaking of Kelsey Grammer, they're bringing Frasier back.
Yep.
Yeah. I might
that
actually check that out.
makes me think that when they brought Will and Grace back, so like I think the original run of Will and Grace was actually pretty good.
I
think
hated
it was
every minute of that show.
I think it was a pretty entertaining show, but when they brought it back, it was nothing but propaganda garbage. It was woke to the nth degree. It was just all social justice.
Deborah Messing's broke.
It wasn't as bad the first time around. There were things, but back then it's like stuff was a lot more like mellow, right? And it's like, you know, so like now it's just it was over amped.
It's oversaturated. It's
yes,
where it's like
no,
yeah.
I get that, but I mean, it's like, look, there were gay characters in sitcoms before Will and Grace, and after.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That were just characters who happened to be gay. And Will and Grace, it was almost the whole fucking focus is this is my gay friend, and everything's gay all the time.
And I'm in love with him, and I wish he was straight.
Yeah.
She thought she could turn him, which is just like what, you know.
I love Frasier, so I'm concerned, but I'll check it out.
Yeah, it is. I saw the trailer myself, and I forget who it was who asked me on Twitter. They said, they're like, well, who's this kid's mother? And I was just like, well, if you go all the way back to Cheers, it's Lilith. Freddie's been around since fucking the 80s, man.
Yep.
He's not a new character.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I just honestly the whole thing about Frasier coming back. I wasn't a big fan of Frasier, but now for the people who are fans of Frasier, I think all they're going to do is probably just fucking ruin it.
I have a feeling it's going to be one of those shows that we just go,
Yeah,
it's going to be one of those.
It might be.
Just because of the fact that I don't know why they couldn't get the kid who played Freddy to come back. I mean, he's still an actor.
Right, but look, it's not gonna be on the same level of Frasier or Cheers or anything like that. But it might be decent. I don't know. I'll check it out. I'll figure it out.
It looks like it's gonna be a dad-son story, is what it looks like.
I'm not opposed to that.
But it's also gonna suck that it doesn't have Miles. You know, that was one of the best thing about Frasier was him and his brothers.
Yes.
Oh, her and the van. Come out to the coast. We'll get together, have a couple laughs.
And some titties.
Hello.
Oh, yeah.
See, blue undies. Blue undies.
No, it's a what the hell is it called, Anna?
Happy
Playsuit.
Oh, yeah. It's called it's going to be on the floor in a minute. That's what it's called.
Well, I mean, she does get kind of knocked out, right? So she's trying. What?
It's a Bill Cosby.
Well, she is going to get knocked out in a minute. That's
not what I meant, you fuckers.
No, that's what I meant.
God, you guys are all pervs.
Well, okay. Bottom knocked out of her is what you meant.
Oh, good sweet mother of God.
Out or knocked up? What?
I'm just talking about getting her out of her uniform. God damn it.
So, although she does good here, even though she gets into it with one of the guards, she does good work here.
Yeah.
Well, she plays it smart.
Yeah.
Right, and she goes right for what Kirk described for her, and avoids the thing that he said not to fucking touch.
I mean, she can reach high voltage.
It's also a little bit important. So she's obviously smaller than some of these men, and she's struggling to pull that thing down. And she does get it, but it's a hard pull. I don't know how to put that exactly, but
it's a hard pull.
Yeah. So the guy who comes in after and puts it back up, like he has a hard time getting it back up, and then Spock comes in and hits that lever like it's nothing.
There's also another thing.
Indicator of Vulcan strength.
Spock comes in and there's something with a little padlock on. It's like, yeah, fuck your lock with a thumb.
Yeah.
Like, boom, I'm in this.
Yeah, no, it's I mean, it definitely unlike modern Hollywood, it shows a difference in strength between characters and in species and stuff like that, to where You know, because even in the MCU, have a little bit of a problem, like even in certain situations, like where, you know, Natasha Romanoff, Black Widow, she would like kick a guy and he'd like kind of fly 5 feet backwards, and I'd be like, no, like not really. So
the word you were looking for, Samuel, is the lever was stiff. Is the proper way to say that.
That's not helping.
No, even like if I,
Well, it was so stiff she had to use 2 hands on it.
if I
Sometimes
like
hard to
buy
take
a
that all the way
jar
out.
of like like pickled cucumbers, and I'm like, oh, like I'm trying everything. You put it under like a hot water towel, like I'm trying the knife thing. I'm like, I need to do it. There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
She succeeds though too. Though, so like I'm not
Judo chop.
There's that judo chop again.
Yeah. My comment wasn't about her
God, the
lack of
chop!
strength. Yes, it came
What
back
is
again, and
this? I need to
it's
learn
called
The
the
move
judo chop.
is
We've
actually
explained this.
more effective if you shout out judo chop when you do it as well. It makes it.
It
Okay,
makes
now
it.
He's dead.
it's payoff. That's payoff. That's payoff.
Yeah.
Oh no, it is
touch
payoff.
that. Yeah, it's like don't touch high voltage. She kicks it into it.
Yeah, it is payoff too, because she doesn't necessarily overpower him. She takes advantage of a moment where he is unbalanced, and she just kicks him once, and he falls back into it. Clue says Black Widow should have been a defender, not an Avenger. Daredevil can kick her ass. Well, no, of course Daredevil can kick her ass.
Daredevil also boned her, but you know that's another story.
It's just you know, I don't know if it was planned or not. I just the fact that I think they brought in like Black Widow to kind of be like a balance or whatever later on for like Captain America, because she's the opposite. She's a spy, he's a soldier. They do things differently, and they had a lot of compare and contrast later on, like in Winter Soldier and you know, even in the later Avengers movies, towards the end.
Yes and no. I mean, Hawkeye's not superhuman either.
No, he's not. No, and
he's just very, very practiced.
Yeah, I think it also kind of gave a little bit of a grounding element to the Avengers as well, to where they're not like all over the top supercharged. So,
yeah,
I don't know, the Infinity Saga, fucking incredible. I know we're not reviewing that, but anyway, yeah, no, the Infinity Saga, great. The modern shit now, fuck it, sucks. She's like, oh, it's so bright, I can't see. That dude should be barbecued, not.
I can send you right to the source of the interruption. Get some security people and follow me down.
Have you ever seen somebody get electrocuted?
Yeah.
Like with your eyes?
Like,
you know, like as opposed to like photographs and
oh no, I have not. Why?
I've been an electrician. I've seen it up close, and I've nearly had it happen to myself. Sometimes the marks don't show externally. Sometimes it cooks you on the inside.
Yes, no, that is true. That is a good point. It is true.
When you get electrocuted, they have to like peel your skin back and cut away the muscle that's burnt to your bones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Eventually, we're gonna get Jeremy to stick a fork in a socket. So we'll.
I don't think I want to condone that one.
It's not enough juice for that. He's just gonna trip a breaker and like suck his fingers.
No, Adam. No, I talked to him about this. You're not going to convince him to drive around being on stream anymore, and that is extremely dangerous.
I actually agree with that. Like,
we all bullied him into that. That wasn't just me. We all bullied him.
Well, I wasn't on that show. That's not smart. I'm not down with that.
He's a grown up, and I know he should have. And I talked to him about it. He promised me he's a really good guy. But
hey,
the ruiner
we
of
told
fun.
him to go get gas, okay? He went and got gas.
I think Dermy driving around specific different cities would be quite good viewing. Like Dermy drives around Baltimore for the evening, or like.
He's in Kansas.
No, he would
Derby
get
should
murdered
definitely
in
not go to
Baltimore.
Baltimore in the evening.
Yeah,
he will not make it out of there alive.
No, I don't want him to go to Baltimore in the evening. He would be murdered
instantly.
None of that. Yeah. No.
Look at that. With one finger. Yeah, screw your lock.
It's like, okay, I've taken care of it.
Yeah, he has. Oh, so yeah, I
He's a no foreplay kind of guy.
just
comeuppance.
Yes.
Yep. This is a very well constructed episode too.
The giant off button.
You know, you've got your setups, your payoffs. You know, your fall from grace with the hero character who everybody was looking up to. He turns out not to be such a great dude, and then he gets what's coming to him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he basically gets his fucking brain cooked, which good riddance to trash.
And in about 2 seconds, she's gonna get the tongue that's coming to her. Here it comes. Here it comes. Look at that. Yeah, he just shoves his tongue right.
Oh,
in her
yeah,
mouth.
no,
Like,
that's-
yeah.
She's like, "This isn't right, Captain," as she kisses him back.
It's fun thing. Yeah.
Fuck's like fuck, not again.
I just love all the
Exactly.
expressions.
Kenzo's so right. Ah, shit, not again.
Wait, oh.
Oh, we got a 10-13. Oh, disappear another dead hooker from Ben Affleck's trailer.
Hold on,
I wasn't with a hooker today.
I love stop.
No.
Look at that face right there.
It's like,
He's like,
has the face that has seen this many times.
Yeah.
Like, God damn it! I'm gonna have to quietly airlock another crewman.
He just goes, oh. Oh, I love him.
See, that's how the red shirts do it, baby.
Don't take that as a sign that you're gonna survive the next episode, okay, bitch? Like, don't get fucking used to it.
The fact is you got a bunch of red shirts and they're all armed and they're pushing around a bunch of people who are half erased in their brains. So I mean,
don't ruin my moment.
Yeah, that's like attacking a short bus with a baseball bat, right? Like, of course you're gonna come off like the big bad guy.
Can I have a moment in the sun here where we're competent?
No, fuck you.
Sure.
You can't.
As long as you're beating up retards.
Bringing them back to judo chopping miners day.
Beating up retards, seriously. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Without even a tormentor for company.
He's like, I understand. You stuck your tongue down my throat.
This is actually, seriously though, this is a very interesting concept that they propose here. Is like the total emptiness of the mind. Like, so on my channel, I talk a lot about cosmic horror and the vastness and the uncaringness of the universe. But this is like that same feeling of existential dread, but turned inward.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know.
Well, I think the human mind, in all honesty, is actually can be its greatest ally and its greatest tormentor. I mean, I think everybody on the planet can probably be their own worst critic, and also can and be and also mind over matter is something that it is a legitimate phrase too. And I learned this. I mean, I think a lot of us learned this maybe back when there used to be physical education at school. Gym teachers used to tell you, yeah, when you feel like, you can't run anymore, your lungs are burning, it's like, it's all in your head. Your body can do it. It's your mind that says that you can't. But then also at the same time, you isolate a human. Yeah, there's limits. You isolate a human being up in a cabin for like, a winter time, where there's nothing in, nothing out. There's there's literally a thing called cabin fever where you literally start to lose your fucking mind.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I guess to be a little bit more clear about what I was getting at, because I see where you're going, Ryan, and I don't disagree, but that's not exactly what I was getting at. Was that so? Like, you guys have all seen Firefly?
Yeah. No, Firefly's awesome.
Okay, so when they're talking about the Reavers and exactly what happened, and then Jewel State's character says that Shepherd Book says that they're just men who got out to the edge of the black and went bibbledy over it. Basically, people who could not deal with the vast emptiness, right? And it broke their minds. That's what I'm seeing here, is that his mind was emptied inside his own mind. He was faced with that vast, unknowable, unending, unrelenting emptiness, and it broke him till he died.
Yeah.
Hey, Puddle Jumper, welcome to the YouTube side. Yes, Firefly, greatest series that got canceled early, way too early. Sorry, Anna, go ahead.
And I think that kind of like coincides with the whole idea of like being in prison where you don't have any hope, and like the idea of rehabilitation, and then actually like either getting a life sentence or getting a sentence and then getting out, and like how does your mind work being in that situation? So how are you rehabilitated? Are you being completely changed into a different person where you're going to go into society and be a zombie, or are you still yourself and you're going to commit the same mistakes you did before? Like, it's a really interesting philosophical concept, and I thought they handled it in a really like entertaining, because of all the dramatic stuff that we saw, but also raised those questions, which back in the 60s, a lot of people didn't even have a TV in the 60s.
No.
So,
I mean, look at look at Back to the Future when they go back to 1955. I mean, barely anybody is starting to, like, they make the comment like, "Oh, you got two TV," because from 1985 they have two TVs, but in 1955 you have two TVs. You must be rich. It's like, yeah, that's a massive thing. So
Right.
and this was filmed in color as well. In 1966, a lot of families in America or the UK, Kenzo, like, you're from Australia, right?
Hell no.
K in his
No, he's from the
name.
UK.
He just
No,
loves Australia.
in the UK, but
I
you.
just appropriate their culture.
Oh, okay. So you like barbecues.
Yeah.
All right.
He
Sorry.
plays
Got a
jiu-jitsu,
didgeridoo.
But like in the 60s, like my dad, when he was in the 60s, he was like way like a little kid. They never had a color TV. What? They were poor. Like that was something, and to actually watch Star Trek in color with all of those, that's why they're putting all of those. That's one of the first shows that was an actual series where people could see that. That's why you have all these bright outfits, and that's why it's so cool to see that. And my dad, like, he appeared on one of our watch throughs.
Yeah, I remember.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did, because he reminisces about his childhood. The first time he actually saw an episode in like 1970 something of Star Trek, and he was like, "Oh my god, that's always going to stay with him." And today's episode, he remembers since then.
It's
So
awesome.
that's what matters, you know.
I actually really thought it was awesome when your dad showed up too. The fact that your dad was like around when this came out, watched it, and then of course he watched us review that episode on YouTube, very vastly different source of entertainment than what was at the time. I think that's actually pretty cool, just to see the contrast, because I mean none of my family fucking watches what we do here, like it's probably
Yeah,
for a
but you're
good
glad
reason.
about that.
Yeah,
I know I am
my
actually.
family to watch what I do.
but like it's just funny though, because like to see the contrast that because I don't think my parents never watched the original series that I know of. I got introduced to Next Generation as a kid. Because that's when
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Original series was on TV when I was a kid. I remember Next Generation coming out. I think Next Generation come out when I was about 8 or 9. But obviously, like, we didn't have internet, so we used to watch TV a hell of a lot more than
like Doctor Who.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I was 3.5 when Next Generation came out, because it came out. I was born in '85, so I was born late '85, so it's yeah, definitely. I was well behind the ball on a lot of this.
Oh, Captain, there was a message from Tantalus Colony, sir.
It was from Van Gelder. He thought you'd like to know the treatment room had been dismantled, the equipment destroyed.
Thank you. Did you delete my browser history from that?
Yeah.
It's hard to believe that a man could die of moment.
Not when you sat in that room. Take us out of orbit, Mr. Spock. Ahead, warp factor 1.
Acknowledged, Captain. Warp factor 1.
It's nice to see that he's snapping out of it there for the sake of his crew. That the episode has marked Kirk.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Puddle Jumper, who has jumped from Twitch to YouTube, says modern Star Trek pale imitation. Yes, I thought first season's Strange New Rules was decent, mainly due to the engineer they killed off and the Doctor. I mean, look, I'll even admit, I liked the very first. I liked the very first Star Trek movie they came out with from J.J. Abrams, and then of course, but that's not real Star Trek. It's like
Generic
action
sci-fi movie.
It's generic action sci-fi movie in space.
What they actually said about it was just like, Star Wars is all rock and roll, and Star Trek is like classical music. We think that it needs a little rock and roll. That's the exact thing that Abrams said about it at the time.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Me and my wife both enjoyed the first season of Strange New Worlds, and not so much the second one. For me, it was kind of more like a traditional, like next gen, where they would go out and visit other places and have your sort of one-off episodes doing stuff, rather than like Picard sort of season 1 and 2, where it's more of an overarching story going out through the whole season.
Yep.
So, mm-hmm.
Well, that can to answer Shadow's questions. Where are we at in the episode? That actually concludes the episode.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think? I thought that was a pretty good fucking episode.
There's some good.
Yeah.
I thought it had a good combination of like over that 60s overly dramatic performances, which were pretty good. Then some good Spock moments, some good Kirk, like again, like is he really the hero kind of thing, or is he being a manipulator?
Mm-hmm.
And introducing a new character who's the psychotherapist. Also, it's just so intricate. Like Bones putting her with him on the mission when it's
to be
like
a dick,
intimate mission,
Just to be a dick.
just to be a like yeah. And in the end, actually, like him doing this whole thing for almost like he didn't know what was happening, but he got the upper hand, and he's like, "I told you so." Started saying like it was just it was fun.
I almost too, like if I were in that situation, if my medical officer would have put like her on the mission with me too, it's like, well, if your hunch is founded and something sinister is going on down there, I would now actually feel more responsible to try to protect her, because obviously, because she is going to be more of a liability than, say, hypothetically, if you would have sent me with a security guy, fucking Redshirt with a fucking, so
right. But he did specifically ask Bones for someone with her qualifications.
He did. It's very true. He did. So,
and they didn't take security down there for the same reason that Kirk was going to check his weapon.
And also, you have to understand they're on a spaceship, so there's only the crew is like 330 members, and that's from all the different departments. So you don't really have that many people who are very well qualified if you actually want to get a good understanding of what's going on. So you want the best person to do the job. So you need to put your feelings aside and what happens aside.
Yeah,
so
the fact that she's even on the Enterprise, which is at this point the flagship exploratory vessel of the Federation, means that she is already the best in her field.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So she is qualified. She just is not behaving very properly until she realizes that they get into trouble, and then she's like, "Oh fuck, okay, I'm a professional. I'm a Starfleet officer. Let's get this done," which I appreciated that they did that with.
She steps up.
I think the episode was actually one of the better edited ones so far as well, in terms of the way the story flows and the continuity, and it's and I think that they did it. This was a good episode.
I do agree. Devil, you have 24 minutes before your show.
Yeah, I got to get going.
Okay, so we're gonna do the outros. Devil, do your thing. Where you going at next?
Gonna follow me on Twitter at Nalek3. Go over to Beelzehub and check out Get Ranked in a little bit here. And yeah, you can find me later tonight on Horny Alf if he's feeling better. His game stream. You can check me out all over the place. But on Friday morning at 12 a.m. Pacific, so wherever it is for you, we're starting up Beelzepub, me, Kenzo, Ryan Reaper, and Paul Hadouken. And so check it out, and hope you guys like it.
That's a great name, Beelzebub.
No, it really is. Yeah, I also like, started out as Beelzehub, of course, it's play off Pornhub. And speaking of Pornhub, Adam, the Redshirt, what's we got coming up?
Well, I upload daily to the hub. Oh wait, no, I don't talk about that. I will be joining Devil in about 20 minutes on Get Ranked tonight, so you can catch me over there tonight. Regularly streams throughout the week. Monday, tomorrow night, Mellow Mondays. Wednesday, Natural 20. Although this week, Natural 20 is probably going to be on a Thursday again because I got one more episode of Ahsoka. I got one more episode of Wheel of Time. And doing all kinds of other takes, reviews, ideas going on, whatever's happening. This Saturday Night Drive-In, myself and Jed, the Hollywood Scholar, we are watching American Psycho.
Nice.
And that's our movie this week. And then, of course, with several of these people here. Well, actually, no, just Devil. The rest of you come and go as you please. We're chained to Ballbusters as it continues to sink deeper and deeper into the abyss of degeneracy every week. There's no way out. We're resigned to this fate. And then I'll be back next Sunday, roundtable, 2 p.m. Eastern, here, 4:15 p.m. Eastern, for more goodness. Yay.
Well, speaking the goodness of all of us, Anna, thanks for putting up with all the bullshit.
It's
What
all
you got
right.
coming up?
My dad just joined the chat.
Hey.
Wow.
Good evening, sir. You managed to miss most of the
Oh,
degeneracy this time.
Yeah,
Yes, hello, sir.
But he's in Spain right now. Dad, thank you so much. I know it's pretty late there. Appreciate it. But yeah, no, I'm gonna be on a stream with the Iron Man podcast dude who's like
Awesome. It's a good time. You'll have fun.
Yeah, so I'll be on that on Wednesday, and I'll like tweet everything. Other than that, it's back to Cyberpunk because I love it so much. So, Anna's Gameland.
Awesome.
And once again, Captain, thank you so much for coming back. I can't deal with these weirdos.
You know, she was all about complimenting my turn in the captain's chair.
No, I was
not.
not.
Back up. I'm just
No,
saying.
no. I'm loyal to you, Captain. And Kenzo.
She's loyal to the chair, dude.
Number two, let her speak. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you for Kenzo for coming on. I kind of feel like you knew what you're getting into, but at the same time, once you were here, you're like, dude, what the fuck? So no, what do you got going on, man?
No, well, this week I'll be on Ryan Roger Affey's show Reality Based on Tuesday, and then on the Legion of Mima stream next Saturday. That's all. Yeah,
awesome.
But yeah, it's been awesome being on. Thanks for the invite, Captain, and thanks to the crew for not telling me to shut up.
Well, you're not Shadow, so that's not going to happen. Speaking of shut up, Shadow.
Wesley?
Yeah, they go shut up, Wesley. No, thanks for coming on, man. And also a big shout out to everybody in the chat. You guys are what makes this a lot of fun. We get to have a good time, especially crazy fuckers like Boosh and everybody who talks a lot of shit. So round of applause for you guys. Thank you very much. Awesome. And lastly, and certainly not least, the gentleman who says, ends us, go ahead, Samuel, do your thing, man.
I will end us all. I'm sorry. My name is Samuel the Infamous. You can find me on the channel Samuel the Infamous, where we do live streams throughout the weekend, starting on Fridays with Abyssal Musings, Screaming into the Void on Saturdays, and Star Trek Engage on Sundays. I also pop up here and there on other people's channels, like Ryan's for Friday Night Royal Rumble, Adams for Mellow Mondays on occasion when I have the time, and I will probably start showing my face on Late Night Mayhem on Dermy Wormy's channel on Tuesdays. So we will see how that goes. Anyway, that's all I got. Fuck Ryan. And engage.
You know, back when I was in the academy, we would follow every toast with a song.
Shiri Skana,